Hello, Miss. My name is Willie, and today I'll be presenting my project portfolio for a mid-semester exam. So, let's start with a little introduction about myself. As I said before, my name is Willie, and I'm a visual communication design student currently studying at Multimedia Nusantara University. I am currently in my third semester, and my passion is to explore and master every aspect in visual communication design itself. I'm also quite skilled in and interested in designing layout and also photography. This also relates to my experience working in both fields. Okay, so for my goals in this field is to be a successful designer and a photographer if I may. And I'm proficient in two languages. You can speak with me with Bahasa and also English. And for value, I uphold values such as being helpful and creative. I can also use multiple application in the Adobe families such as Adobe Lightroom, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe InDesign, and also I'm able to draw in using Procreate. So, alright, next we are going to get into the first of three projects that I'm going to be discussing in this video. And the first project is me as a photographer. I'm working with a production house named After Dawn Production, which is a production house based in Gading Serpong. So it's basically a production house that was made by my friends, and I was invited to be one of the crew in there. Is it's a movie shooting process, and there were 46 crew in this shooting process. I was invited to be one of the crew as a BTS photographer, or you can say it behind the scenes photographers for their film shooting process. It takes a week to shoot the film, and I only became their photographer for 2 days. Overall, the shooting process went well, even though there were a couple mistakes that happened during the same day of the shoot. I did my part as a BTS photographer, where I captured every moment I could about the shooting process. Basically, the shooting process lasts quite long. It started at 4 a.m., where we had a crew call, and went on until 7 p.m., where I ended up switching a couple of batteries, and even I'm switching cameras with my friends. So the outcome of this job was great, where there were a couple of the crew member and even the head producer itself that praised my work and asked me to quickly edit the photos and the video that I took and send it to them as fast as possible. Lastly, during the editing process, where I have to color grade each one of the photos, I managed to get a good composition, and eventually I use it as a preset for all the photos. And I also have another preset to use as the video layouting. Yeah. Okay. So for my next project is a illustration based project. This artwork was done for illustration course in my second semester, and it's based on a poem that was talking about gender equality and freedom for women. The process started with elements that resemble freedom itself, and I ended up choosing a pair of wings. As you can see here, for the process, I first draw the wings, and then I draw the mannequin, and then I draw the final result. So I'm gonna explain further about the process, where the process started with the elements that I told you about earlier. It's about a pair of wings, and then I drew a mannequin that represent how the woman was trapped, and continued by illustrating of the eyes that represent how the poem mentioned how they are being watched and controlled. And lastly, the tail drawn here that are circling the mannequin represent the need to chase the freedom. Overall, the struggle I experienced for this project is the brainstorming phase, where I have to visualize the poem and to an illustration. But in the end, I finished it and submit the project. I ended up getting quite a nice score, like 90-ish, and I'm quite proud of my work. Okay, so for my last project, I was a designer and illustrator for MEDC, which is a Maitreya Wira English Debating Championship that was happening in 2023. In this project, I was one of the designer as I help the team to design an interactive view of the debate timer. As you can see here, this is actually an interactive design, and I have a few struggle. One of them is the fact that it's my first time drawing digitally and doing a layout to divide the whole design into a 9 Instagram posts. As you can see here, there's a feeds that I designed also. And yeah, overall the job and the event went well, and my team managed to nail every part of the design that we needed. As you can see, there's a photo that's showing the process of the debating championship itself, and I personally took the photo. Yeah, so personally I'm very happy with this project because this was my first project, even before university, even before I know how projects were meant to work. So that's it for my project, and here are some of my works. um yeah, so I look forward to working with anyone who aligns with my skill. Here are ways to contact me. You can contact me with Gmail, Instagram, and also Line. I'm also available during my work hour. And yeah, thank you, hope to see you soon.